Hello students of 7th standard. Today we have learned some part of this lesson. Today we are going to learn the remaining part of this lesson. See what is that we are going to learn. See here we have learned cell and the microorganism. Cell structure and the microorganism we have learned. We have learned what is cell. Again, the various scientists, what they have done in their work that we have learned. Today we are going to learn the some part of this, you can say, lesson. Measurement and observation of the cell. In 1673, Anton van Leeuwenhoek assembled various lenses to construct a microscope. See what happened. Anton van Leeuwenhoek was one of the scientists, and in 1673 what he did, see there, he assembled the various lenses, and after assembling the various lenses what he had done, he had assembled or he has constructed one of the microscope. He was the first to observe a bacterial and protozoan cell under the microscope. That he was the person who has observed the live bacterial and protozoan cells under the microscope. Cells are extremely minute in size. We know that cells are very minute in size. That means they are very small in size. We cannot see cells with our naked eyes. That also we know. That means we cannot see them with our naked eyes. They are having their size in, you can say, micrometers or nanometers unit. That means we are using micrometer or nanometer units for measuring their size. The compound microscope is used for observing the cells. See here what we are using to see the cells. We are using the compound microscope to observe the cells. An object on the glass slide magnified many times by the lenses by the microscope. See what happens here. Why we see them with our compound microscope? Because by compound microscope the object on the slide, what happens to it? It is magnified many times by the lenses of the microscope and we see it. See what happens next. Take a piece of a segment of a onion. What we have to do? You have to take a piece of a segment of an onion and carefully separate the thin skin from the concave surface with the help of the forceps. You want to take the forceps and the thin skin which is present on the concave surface, you have to separate it. Now, place the membrane on the glass slide and put a drop of water on it. What you have to do? You have to place this membrane on the glass slide and you have to put a drop of water on it. Take a care that the membrane does not get folded while placing on the slide. See, if you want to place it on the slide, what you have to do? You have to place it in such a way that it should not be folded. It should be placed very plainly. Put a drop of a solution of dilute solution of a iodine or eosine. What you have to do? As a stain, you want to put a solution of a iodine or eosine. Over that, you can say over this structure and observe it under the 10x objective. So what you have to do? You have to observe it under the 10x objective of the compound microscope. Do not forget to put a cover slip over the onion skin on the slide before placing it under the microscope. Then what you have to do? We have to place a cover slip slide over the glass slide, over the stain whichever we have prepared, and then only we have to see it over the, you can say, in the glass in the compound microscope. In the same way, observe the cells from the various parts of the plants like bark, root tip. Similarly, what you have to do? You have to observe the parts of the other parts of the, you can say, trees that are nothing but bark, root tips under the microscope. Do you remember that last year you had observed the amoeba and paramecium that are found in the water? Then see next one. Are the cells that we observed and the cells that we observed and all are alike? What are their structures? What are their shapes? If the shells we have observed, all the shells are alike, or whatever they are looking, their shapes and size they are alike, that we have to see. It is, you have to collect the information, interesting information about this, and you have to form a reference book. From the reference book, you have to collect this from the school library. For example, the largest cell and the smallest cell. This also you want to, you can say, consider. See their next one. Cell size. It is a great variation in the shape of the cells. If you see, if in the variation of the shapes and size of the cells, then you find a many great or shapes and size of the cells. Their shapes are mainly related with their functions. See, whatever the shapes and sizes of the cells are there, they are having their own shapes and sizes, and according to their shapes and sizes they are working. Observe the cell of a different shapes and sizes given here. Here there are given different shapes and sizes. See the shape of the amoeba. Red blood cell, then egg cell is there, then fat cell is there, then nerve cell is there, bone cell is there, muscle cell is there, surface cell is there, sperm is there, then Spirogara is there. See various cells they are having, or you can say various types of shells. Various types of you can say shapes. Then see next one. Cells are of many different shapes. These cells are having different shapes. Examples, if you see there, circular rod shaped is there, columnar is there, spiral is there, oval is there, rectangular is there. That means there are various types of cells. Which are the shapes? That shapes are nothing but, you can say, circular shape is there, rod shape is there, rectangular shape is there, irregular shape is there. Then see, you may have seen columnar shape is there, spiral shape is there. Various types of you can say shapes are there. Each cell contains various components for carrying out various life processes. We know that cells are working continuously. Whenever the cells are working continuously, it means that they are carrying out the various processes. Whenever they are carrying out the various processes, it means that they need the various components. Now, that means each and every cell is carrying out the various components. So, they need the, you can say, various components. These components are called organelles. So, what are these called? To carry out the various cell processes, they need components, and these components are called as the organelles. See there, these organelles are studied in detail with the help of the electron microscope. Now suppose if we want to study these organelles which are helping for the life processes with the cell, then we need a, you can say, electron microscope which can magnify 2 billion times their actual size. That means it multiplies its size and we can see this cell very easily. There are two main types of cells. One is animal cell and other is a plant cell. It consists of various types of membrane-bound cell organelles. Plant cells have definite shape. If you see plant cells, what they have? They have definite shape. But the animal cells, they are not having the definite shape. Due to this, the presence of a cell wall is there. The presence of a cell wall is there in case of the presence of a cell wall around them. Beside this, unlike animals, plant cells contain single large vacuole. Plant cells, what they are having? They are having a single large vacuole. All these cells are known as eukaryotic cells. If we know, all these cells are called as eukaryotic cells.